All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Game 2 of the Steelers preseason. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you would like to support me in this channel more, be sure to hit that join button. And it's been a while, guys. I understand it's been a while. It's been a couple of days since I got a video out. I was actually traveling for a wedding that was this weekend, and it was at a really good time. And I had a really good time at the wedding, so shout out to the bride and groom. But while this wedding was happening, there was a preseason game played by the Steelers, and I wasn't able to fully watch it. I wasn't able to catch it as it was happening, but I did see the responses, and I have seen, some clips of the game, and I have a pretty good understanding about what ended up happening. And I'm scared, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared. I'm not like, fully scared, like, like it's Halloween or some shit like that, and like there's ghosts and like it's demons. But, when we've had these offensive problems for so long, this was supposed to be, the turn of the new leaf. This was supposed to be like the cook with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Like the quarterback play was supposed to be so much better. The offense was supposed to look so much better. And here we are on August 18th. Happy birthday, Cedric. Here we are on August 18th. And the offense, it looks exactly the same, if not worse than how we left it, man. Mason Rudolph, he left us in a pretty high place. He took us to the promised land, a.k.a. the wild card game of the playoffs. But past that, man, it's a little spooky out here. And so there was a lot of drama with it. It wasn't just the quarterback play. The quarterback play has been, I would say mid for the most part. Like there's areas of improvement. But the real problem, the crux of this video, damn near, because I'm probably going to spend 20 minutes on this yelling, so strap in. This offensive line, man, because I've come on here and I've pronounced our offensive line as one of the better offensive lines in the league due to the building, due to the investment, due to the care, due to the nurture, due to the pieces paid that, for this offensive line, right? We're supposed to be way better than what we are. And the crux of this all is we constantly have been playing offensive linemen in the wrong position. The person of interest right now, the VIP of this video, the VIP of yesterday's game, has to be Broderick Jones. And if you guys do not know, Broderick Jones is someone we took in last year's draft. We traded with the Jets to trade up for him, and he's supposed to be a left tackle. That is where we start with this. He is supposed to be a left tackle, right? But because we are the Steelers, because we have our Steeler way, because we are, the Game of Thrones organization in the league, because, we have to look good on paper, we have to look good, we have to make all these good appearances, we have players like Broderick Jones who have to earn it, right? He has to earn his time on the field, right? And then we have another player by the name of Dan Moore Jr., who, to Steelers fans, to us, Dan Moore is really not that guy, man. He's really not, a starter player. He's not like a serviceable tackle. But to the Steelers, they love the guy, man. We just cannot get enough of Dan Moore. And in this building, in this shuffling of the offensive line, Broderick, and also due to injury now, we can't forget about injury. Of course, Troy Fautanu, our offensive lineman we took in this year's draft, I believe he missed the game yesterday. He's been a little hurt, banged up. But even with that happening, we still have Broderick Jones on the right side, and then our right tackle, Troy Fautanu, we were trying him on the left side. And Dan Moore, it doesn't matter which side because he's just locked down Dan Moore, man. But yeah, something that has been killing us is playing these offensive line at the wrong position. We look back at the Kendrick Green, who I believe he was a guard and we were playing him at center, or he was a center and we were playing him at guard. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for a while, right? And it's becoming a little scary. It definitely is becoming a little scary. I have a video up here. It's only the preseason, but friend of the show, by the way, Andrew Filipponi. It's only the preseason, but how does Broderick Jones look this bad, right? And you can see he just gets absolutely pushed by Gregory Rousseau. And you can see he's playing on this right side, and that is just not, it's just not where he's supposed to be, man. And I saw this, I don't have it up, but I saw a Nick Farabaugh tweet where Broderick Jones' footwork has been a concern. It was a concern, for him coming into the NFL. His footwork just wasn't exactly fully there. And when we're just switching him around on the offensive line, we're not letting him get, the development on that left side. And once again, I understand the injury crux of it. I understand the no Troy Fautanu crux of it. But even regardless, even before this, we were trying Broderick Jones on this right side. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's going to work. And once again, it is only preseason. Maybe I shouldn't be this afraid. Maybe I shouldn't be, this scared of it all. But when you have a first-round invested player like Broderick Jones, and we're constantly putting him in the wrong position, and shit like this is constantly happening. I shouldn't say constantly, because Broderick has been pretty good, especially in the run game. But This shit right here is just not good. And you can see Russell Wilson pretty much has no time. Russell Wilson, by the way, his first start in a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. Let's get a gunshot for that. Didn't have the best game, of course, as I've mentioned, and we'll talk about it in a second. He didn't have the best game. But yeah, like when this is happening, there's just no time. And it's not just Broderick Jones. I don't want to like continuously single him out, but he's just like the MVP of this. But the offensive line in general just hasn't really played, the greatest. You can see Zach Frazier out there too. And I think a big cause of this is what I talked about in the last preseason game about how, it was like hockey lines, how it was like we're just shuffling through players, we're just doing this, we're doing that. We're trying these 5 guys, and then we're trying these 5 guys, pause, and then we're trying these 5 guys, no burger, and then we're trying these 5 guys, no shake, and then we're trying these 5. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, okay, we'll take Dan Moore, we'll put him at center this time, and then we'll try Mason Cole. We don't have Mason Cole, but we'll try Mason Cole at tackle. Like we just constantly have been doing this shit. And I feel like it's coming back to us right now because here we are in week 2 of the preseason. And, maybe we just haven't unloaded the clip. Maybe, because of last year, because of what happened, and like we had all these high expectations. Maybe, there isn't cause for concern, and we got to wait until the regular season. However, this is what's happening now with the team. This is what we're talking about with the team. This is where we find ourselves with the team. And, like I said, I am a little concerned, man. I really am a little concerned because we just can't happen. Like if we want to be a great team, this offensive line is going to have to, it's going to have to be something, man. It's going to have to play a lot better than what it is because, Justin Fields, he's able to escape and, do some shit outside of the pocket. Russell Wilson at one point, maybe not now, but at one point was able to escape and do some shit out of the pocket. But we got to give him a pocket in the first place because like it's just not going to work with us just free balling, with us just like, all right, we got to run again, got to run again, got to run again. Justin Fields had to go through that in Chicago, and look how that worked out. We got the guy for a 6th round pick, and everybody's done on him. You know what I'm saying? And that's all because this dude was running for his life. We cannot have players running for their lives, especially with 2 first-round picks on the offensive line. Granted, Troy Fautanu did not play. You know what I'm saying? But 2 first-round picks on the offensive line. Zach Frazier, who is a pretty high, I want to say 2nd to 3rd round pick in Zach Frazier. Isaac Samalu, who's on a second deal, a second contract. I don't know if it's a second contract specifically, but he's on a new team. Like we signed him in free agency. You know what I'm saying? So that's investment right there into Isaac Samalu. And then James Daniels, he's a solid guard, but he's also what do I want to say, like a free agent. He's on a contract here as well, and so we're gonna have to figure out that right guard position. But other than that, we named center, 2 tackles, and a left guard. That is 4 of the 5 pieces, and 4 of the 5 pieces, to me, this is what the Steelers have told me. These are the guys that are going to be our offensive line, and so we got the offensive line like 80% complete, and at 80% complete, we're not looking good. We're really not looking good on the offensive line, bro. Then I had this Portersburg tweet right here. Maybe having a left tackle and then trying to make him a right tackle and giving him limited reps isn't such a good idea. This is exactly what I was saying with like, trying Broderick on the right side, even though he's supposed to be on the left side, even with no injuries, like we were still just putting him at the right spot and leaving Dan Moore at left tackle. When in reality, if this is gonna happen, like if this is the plays that are gonna be put out, and Broderick Jones can look better on that left side, why not just move Dan Moore over to the right side and like let Broderick, get development, get his play up on that left side. Once again, maybe the Steelers know more than me. Maybe it would somehow look even worse if Dan Moore was on the right side versus if Broderick Jones was on the right side. But it just can't happen, man. And so, like I said, and then the limited reps thing too, I talked about how we have to earn it, how, you come to the Steelers, you can't just start even though you were pick 14 and we traded up for you. We clearly need you at the left tackle spot. Even though all of these are a factor, we still are just like, you got to earn it, man. You got to earn it. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. This is why we are the Steelers. This is why we've been able to be such a successful organization, despite what some people say, because it's like, oh, you guys aren't really successful. You haven't won and blah, 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 blah. Teams would literally sacrifice 5 owners just to be as good as the Steelers, man. You know what I'm saying? Teams would literally build 18 new stadiums with your money as taxpayers. They would do that if they could be as good as the Steelers, man. So don't let anybody ever say that the Steelers are a bad team, that we flop, that we do this, that we do that. We're one of the best organizations in football today, yesterday, and tomorrow. That is for 100% fact. And even if this doesn't work out, even if we got to get rid of every single offensive lineman and all this, we will be back because we are the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get it. I get the appearance sake. I get, we got to look better than what we are. But, we got to play Broderick Jones at that left tackle spot. I think after today, in conclusion, we got to put Broderick Jones at that left tackle spot, man. And then the last thing I have up about this is our offensive line coach. And wow, that is very bright. That was like a flashbang. But this is our offensive line coach, Pat Meyer. He's been here now for 2 years. Of course, we used to have I can't think of his name. Mike Mooncheck, I believe, was our offensive line coach, and he was astounding. When Mike Mooncheck was our offensive line coach, we had 5 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. Whether that's him, whether that's the players themselves, remains to be seen. However, when situations like this are happening, who do we look at? The coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've cut players, we've traded players, we've invested. Like, hey, at some point, if we do all of this, and it still isn't working out, we look at the coach, man. And a lot of you Mike Tomlin haters out there, every time this happens, every time we flop, every time we don't do his best in the playoffs, every time, we don't, necessarily, every time we lose to a bad team, for example, a team we're not supposed to, what do? We look past the players, we look past the system, we look past the talent, we look past this, we look past that, and we look directly at the coach. Pat Meyer also, we let go of Kevin Dotson. Kevin Dotson turned into a Pro Bowl, highest paid fucking damn near guard in the NFL as soon as he left. You know what I'm saying? Pat Meyer. It's a lot of pressure, man. I understand. It's a lot of pressure. I've been going through a lot of pressure myself in my life right now. I get it. It's a lot of pressure. But we just got to get it going. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get it going. Otherwise, like, we're going to be looking at you like, man, why isn't this line, as good as it should be? We've invested all of this in it. So, hopefully things come together. Hopefully things get better for the offensive line. Like I said, it is just the preseason. I'm doing kind of headline takes right now, given the status of the season right now, because we're not actually in it. It's not actually like legit yet. But it is scary. It definitely is a little spooky, man. And so now to, I guess, continue with the negativity, man, it sucks that this is going to be a negative video because like the first one I don't think was as, of course it wasn't as exciting. But like, I don't think I was this down about it, but like after seeing everything that happened in the second game, I am pretty down about it. So Steelers offense was held to 3 points on Saturday, bro. And here we have the splits between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Justin Fields 11 for 17, 134 yards, 5 drives. Russell Wilson 8 for 10, 47 yards. Ooh, wow. So we got the same amount of drives. Like I said, I didn't see the game, guys. So you guys got to let me know in the comments, man. But like, did Justin Fields outplay Russ? Is Justin Fields quarterback 1, man? Because like I said, I'm looking at these and like it's 10 attempts for Russ, 17 for Justin Fields, and the same amount of drives. But the yards is, hey, this is 2 to 3 more completions. This is like literally 100 more yards and 2 to 3 completions. Maybe the play calling was different. I'm seeing that final score of 9-3. That makes me want to just blow my brains out. I mean, that shows that our defense is here. Our defense is ready. Our defense is ready to go. But yeah, this offense, man, like this just can't happen. This is like, it just cannot happen. And once again, maybe because the offensive line wasn't looking the best, maybe because we need Brandon Ayuk or whatever, maybe our offense just actually isn't that good. Also, I believe Jaylen Warren went out with injury. I don't know if that's serious, but I hope to God not, because I love Jaylen Warren so much. That's like my favorite player. But I'm just thinking of like, maybe we were running the ball a lot more with Russell Wilson versus like with Justin Fields. We were letting him cook. But I don't know, man. This is very spooky. This is very spooky to have the same amount of drives and then like 100 more yards out of Justin Fields. And like I said, I didn't see it, so I'm relying on you guys down there in the comments to let me know, does this accurately portray what it is? Because to me, it looks like there is a quarterback 1 and a quarterback 2, but that's just me. I didn't watch the game. I'm a casual. Please let me know down in the comments. And then we also have this one. Wild, the Steelers played both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields at quarterback for the entirety of today's preseason game and only scored 3 points. They threw for a total of 139 yards combined. They even played a lot of their starters. Pittsburgh offense, and it's just like spooky emoji, spooky emoji, spooky emoji. You know what I'm saying? It's week 2 of the preseason, man. It's week 2 of the preseason. We had to hear about it all last season, about like when we were doing good in the preseason. They were like, oh, it's just the preseason. You guys are hype preseason champions, blah, 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 blah. So like, I'm not going to exactly just throw in the towel. I'm not going to be like, oh, let's go get Mason Rudolph back. I'm not going to say, let's go get Kenny Pickett back. But we just got to get it together. But I think a lot of it falls on the offensive line as well. It's not really just on the quarterback play, although it could be better for sure. It definitely could be better. And then here we go. We have a quote from Mike Tomlin here. This is what he had to say about the game.
We didn't do a good enough job of protecting the quarterback. We got to do a better job in pass protection than we did, not only in possession downs, but just in general. And I was really upfront with the group about it. In that regard, that can't be a problem for us.
It cannot be. It cannot be a problem for us. Thank you, Mike Tomlin. It cannot be a problem for us. I talked about the investment in the offensive line. I talked about, all of the assets that we've put into it. I've talked about the kind of team that we are going to be. We need the offensive line to play better. We just absolutely, it just has to happen. We need it to play better. And so Mike Tomlin, he's obviously frustrated. The fans are obviously frustrated. You guys out there are frustrated. We're getting posts from NFL on CBS and ML football. Everyone is watching us. We are under a microscope, and you know what I'm saying? It's just like where we find ourselves, man. But I do have faith in the team that we are going to figure this out. It is not doomsday yet. but it is definitely cause for concern. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is definitely cause for like, all right, maybe we should go get like hypnotized. All right, maybe we should go, figure something out, because right now it could be spooky, man. It definitely has the potential to be spooky. And then, here we go with this play. So this is another Andrew Filipponi tweet. Shout out, friend of the show. So this was a throw that happened in the game yesterday. So Justin Fields, he unloads it, and on initial look, it looks like, man, he missed the receiver, right? It looks like he missed him, and maybe the ball can come down, right? And Andrew Filipponi, he's already pronounced this as like a horrible throw, and Justin Fields like just isn't, you know what I'm saying? He just has to make this throw, right? And granted, on paper, for this play, for the point, he has to make the throw, right? But then we have a follow-up angle. We have a follow-up deep dive. We have a follow-up thing from Mr. RJ. Shout out to him. He didn't overthrow the ball at all. George Pickens or Van Jefferson, big Van Jefferson. George Pickens or Van Jefferson gets that ball. He stopped running and stuttered, stepped to time the ball, which was bad. If he kept running in stride, he catches that ball. It easily falls into his hands. And so we can see he kind of does hesitate right there. He kind of stops, and then we see the ball just flies over. If he keeps going, does he catch it in stride? Is this a touchdown, man? I'll let you guys decide. Does he catch this in stride? I think he does, man. I really do think he does, because now that I see him stop, like, it makes sense. If he just keeps going, like, the ball's like where? The ball's like at the U. You know what I'm saying? And so you do the Pythagorean theorem or whatever. You Albert Einstein this shit. You get a protractor out, and you figure out, okay, if X wide receiver runs for 5 to 10 more yards at the same speed, does he hit the ball at the same time that the ball lands? And to me, I'm very good at math. To me, I think he does get this ball. I think it is a catch if he just keeps running. And Justin Fields, he's getting dunked on for it. We only scored 3 points, and this was something that like maybe could have gave us the win, because it would have gave us at least 6. It would have been a tie at least. You know what I mean? So we could have got a win from this, but it didn't end up happening. And so this is a play that's been kind of deep dive. This is a play that's been kind of like under a microscope, and it does appear that the wide receiver stopped running. However, it's just like we've gone through the Matt Canada. We've gone through this horrible offense for so long that we just do not care about like the actual facts of it all, man. We're here to spread narratives. We're here to spread agendas, and Justin Fields sucks is the agenda that's being spread. I don't believe that. Of course, I don't believe that, but that's what I'm saying just about this play. It's just like, oh, he missed him. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Filipponi has to hit this throw 10 out of 10 times. Should be a layup. Has to hit this throw. Justin Fields isn't it. He's a running back and all this and all that. You know what I mean? So like, this is the context of it all. If it matters, I don't know. He stopped running, man. He definitely did stop running. But, now what do I have? Okay, so this right here, though, like, we had a bad Justin Fields play. But this right here, this shit right here was astounding. You look at him escaping the pressure. You can see no time, by the way. Just absolutely no time. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. At 2.5, 2 1/8 like, this dude he's fighting for his life. Maybe, he should move around in the pocket some more. Maybe, like there was something else that happened. But right now, and I keep rewinding, I apologize. But like we talked about the offensive line just not having a good time. But Justin Fields able to escape the pressure, able to roll out and just fucking fire an absolute bullet down there to Dez Fitzpatrick, man. He goes through the, I believe this is like a linebacker or a nickel corner. It goes right through his hands. It was just a perfect throw. It was a perfect throw. And you combine this throw with the touchdown that maybe should have happened. Russell Wilson, I'm looking at you, man. Hey, if Mans didn't stop running, bro, it would be looking real spooky for Russell Wilson right about now. But like I said, it has only been the first game of Russell Wilson to play, and he's coming back from injury, and it's a new team. We got to figure it out. We got to get it going. But this was a fantastic throw out of Justin Fields, and then also him to be able to escape the pressure too was really nice to see. He's just a dog, man. He's just him. The natural talent is there. The ability is there. And we just, you know what I'm saying? We just have to hope and pray that this offensive line gets it together. And we just have to hope and pray that Justin Fields, when his time is called, whether it's week 1 of this season, week 1 of next season, or week 8 of this season, you know what I'm saying? Whenever it happens, we just got to hope that, he's ready to go. He's ready to play. And the last thing I am going to say about this is look at the reaction on the bench. So, like, obviously Justin Fields, he escapes, rifles it. We got Broderick and Russell Wilson down here. Everyone's hype. Everyone's like, wow, what a play. Like, absolute fucking dog right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the camaraderie is there. It's like we have this quarterback competition, but I don't know. It seems like Russell Wilson and Justin Fields both, like, they love the competition, and, like, they like watching each other, like, play good. You know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson does seem like a kind of mentor-y kind of guy right now. Maybe he's not looking to be a mentor, and Justin Fields is using him as that anyway, Maybe Russell Wilson, he's just trying to revive his career. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. But he looks very happy down there on the sideline watching Justin Fields make a play. And you think about it, I don't know exactly how many quarters he played. I know he had 5 drives, and we had fucking 3 points. And so at any point, getting a positive play, I think, was the key for this game. Because, damn, 3 points in 4 quarters, guys. What the hell happened? Like what? Like why the fuck can we not find the end zone, man? Like this is crazy. Once again, week 2 of the preseason, I get it, but it's been a while since I've been on here talking about the Steelers, and I'm just kind of putting the pieces together on my own. We need to figure this shit out, man. We really do need to figure this shit out. But a fantastic play out of Justin Fields, nonetheless. He is him. What else do I have up here? Now we have an insane George Pickens catch that was not ruled a catch, even though it definitely was a catch. I don't have, this isn't the best angle, but you can see Russell Wilson, he's throwing it down there. And George Pickens, the way his body control is, the way he's able to just, contort himself and get his fucking both feet down, by the way. The way he's able to do this is, it's amazing. He's so good. So look at the fans. We already know he's going to make this catch. Look at the fans. Like, he is so good. He is such a talented wide receiver. And we cannot keep letting this guy down with this quarterback and offensive line play, man. Because he is just somebody, you put him on a different team. Like, imagine if Kansas City had him. Imagine if the Dolphins had him. Imagine if what's another great offense? Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if the Cowboys had this guy. You know what I mean? Like, imagine just these other teams that like are actually good on offense. These other teams that are actually pushing the narrative on offense. Like, imagine if George Pickens was there. Like, this guy would literally be looked at as a top 3, top 5, top 10 wide receiver. But because he's in Pittsburgh, it's just people like us who like see these plays and are just like recognizing this talent. Holy shit, this guy, George Pickens, is him. And of course, this, by the way, I'm saying all of this, right? And like, clearly this is a catch. Like, clearly he gets both feet down. Maybe maybe I put on my ref's hat and he doesn't exactly have full possession as he gets both feet down. Like when he has both feet down, maybe the ball isn't fully like in his hands. You can see his paws right here. Maybe the ball just like isn't fully in his hands as he has both feet down. But 1, I'm not a ref. 2, I don't exactly know the rules. So like maybe I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But 3, refs, can we relax with this playbook when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Can we relax with the rule book when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers? And can we just, you know what I'm saying? Can we just throw us a bone here? And we're at home. We scored 3 points for this whole game. It's Russell Wilson's first game and his first start. Can we get this off? Please, man, please. And on top of that, too, I don't think we challenged this. And, like, clearly this was a catch. Maybe it gets ruled the other way. This definitely wasn't as a gimme as the Quez Watkins as the Quez Watkins, like, play in the first preseason game. I don't think this is as much of a gimme as that. And like Mike Tomlin for not challenging that play in the first preseason game is crazy. But this, Mike Tomlin, we got to start using these challenges, bro. We really do. Like, I don't know who was up there giving you the green light to use the challenge, but like they need to be louder. They need to like be screaming into your ear, Mike Tomlin, throw the red flag, because like this just cannot happen, bro. We're taking away from George Pickens' stats, just like that missed throw by Justin Fields. Like if he would have hit that touchdown, if Mans didn't stop running, and his overall stat line, it would have looked way crazier. Russell Wilson's stat line, we talked about him only having 40 yards. This probably would have added what, like 20 to 30 to that on one completion right here. Like, you know what I'm like? We just have to we have to throw the fucking challenge flag, Mike Tomlin. We keep allowing this to happen. We cannot allow George Pickens plays like this to go unnoticed. But nonetheless, still a fantastic play out of him because we know it was a catch. The way this guy can contort his body, the way he can move his body is just, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's second to none. It is very unique. I haven't seen a player be able to do this, man, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen a player, because we look back at the Cleveland Browns catch too. Like, it's just effortless for him. It's just effortless. And it seems like whenever it's in his hands, like whenever George Pickens makes a play on it, he catches the fucking ball. Who did we used to have? Big Deontay Johnson. Not too much on Deontay Johnson, but all I'm saying is we know about the drops that can happen. We know about like the situations that can happen with that. But when we throw it to George Pickens, it doesn't seem like that happens. So maybe we should throw it to him more. You know what I mean? We don't even have Brandon Ayuk yet. So maybe we should throw it to George Pickens more. Now I have, this is a Joey Porter Jr. thing. So last week, Joey Porter Jr. wore gold gloves and it was called for PI. This week, he wore white gloves / white sleeves against the Bills' white jersey. Technique matters most, but matching gloves to opposing uniforms is smart. Do anything to give you an edge, man. And like I said, I remember him getting called for the PI in the first preseason game. And I'm thinking about now, I don't know if it was like I don't know if it was like a podcast or what. But Julian Edelman of the Patriots was talking about how Bill Belichick like got pissed at him for doing this shit. And ever since then, like he wore white gloves or like whatever matching gloves that they were facing. And you know what I'm saying? It seems like it works. Like those little like New England fucking Bill Belichick cult leader things, like maybe they work. And I don't know if Joey Porter Jr. got called for a PI tonight, but the adjustment is there. Like the will to win, the heart to be in the game, the investment is there. Like we can see Joey Porter Jr. just wants to be great. And, you know, I'm excited for the guy. Like, we talk about our corners. We talk about our secondary. Our defense only allowed 9 points this game. And, of course, we lost because of our offense, man. But our defense only allowed 9 points. Joey Porter Jr. is someone who we're going to grow with, who we're going to continue to be a great defense with. And I'm just excited to see it. And so this was something small, but I did kind of want to bring it up because I thought it was pretty interesting. The last thing I have is just a play right here. Oh, big Connor Hayward. Look at big Connor Hayward, man. What do I keep saying about Connor Hayward, man? If he is on the field, he is getting the ball. And Connor Hayward even doing hurdles, man. Are you kidding me, bro? Like Connor Hayward pulling out the hurdle. Are you insane? Are you serious? By the way, 6-3, halfway through the third quarter. This is just embarrassing to see. This is not the best, but it is what it is. Justin Fields, too, being able to roll out, faking the play action. Connor Hayward just jumping over him. The guy is a Swiss Army knife, man. And I seen this trade. Because obviously we've been talking about getting Brandon Ayuk. I seen this trade, and it was like, all right, if we just give up Connor Hayward, we can have Brandon Ayuk, right? And I've talked about how much I want Brandon Ayuk, how much I'm willing to give up assets. I'll give up 2 first-round picks. I'll give up 10 first-round picks. Just kidding, but you know, I'm like, just what I'm trying to get my shit off here. I'll give up whatever to get Brandon Ayuk, right? But the moment I see Connor Hayward in that trade, I start to think to myself, is Brandon Ayuk better than Connor Hayward? Like, really, though? Like, is he better than Connor Hayward? Like, undisputed better than Connor Hayward? Because like right now I see Connor Hayward doing these hurdles. Like has Brandon Ayuk ever done a hurdle? Has he ever been able to do some shit like this? I don't know, but I do know that Connor Hayward is able to do it. And like this right here, I think I'm gonna have a new wallpaper by the end of it. Because like first of all, you guys watch the Olympics. We've seen LeBron James, we've seen Kevin Durant, we've seen Steph Curry, we've seen Anthony Edwards. Like, is Connor Hayward not jumping as high as them? Like if we did LeBron James versus Connor Hayward in like a vertical leap test, who would win? Like, honestly, I'm genuinely asking, would Connor Hayward beat LeBron James in a vertical leap? Because when I see plays like this, I start to think he would, man. I really do. So, you know, obviously I'm joking too, by the way. You know, I don't think Connor could do that against LeBron. But, you know, maybe somebody else he could get it off, you know. But really, I think that is going to do it for this video. Once again, apologies for, the lack of, and I wasn't really ready last night as the game was happening. Maybe now you guys are a little, like, off the ledge, and here I am back on it. I'm not sure, but I wanted to get this video out because I love talking about the Steelers, and I missed you guys, man. I really did miss all of you guys out there in the community. So, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. If you want to continue to support this channel even more, be sure to hit that join button. Anyway, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.